All right, welcome back to Texelated Isolated with Technology. And today I'm going to compare two microphones. I'm going to compare the Maono PD200X and the FIFINE AM8.
One, fight!
All right, so the reason why I'm making this video is because I read a comment on one of my videos asking me which one out of these two mics do I suggest. It was a hard question for me to answer as I never really used the Maono microphone. It went to somebody else in the house, so they're using it and they love it. I use the FIFINE at my computer and I think it's a really good mic. But to tell you which one is better, I have no clue. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll know which one is right for you. Shout out to that commenter in my videos that suggested this video. I guess we could start with the features. Let's compare the two and see where we stand. All right, so the FIFINE is 599 grams, where the Maono is 560. The FIFINE comes with a desktop stand, as you can see here, but it could also be mounted to a boom arm. So it's kind of versatile, very versatile. The Maono only comes with a mount to put it on a boom arm. It doesn't have a desktop mount that's come with it, but you could put it on a desktop mount if you wanted. It just didn't come with one. But the Maono has a shock mount, as you can see, built in, and the FIFINE does not. They're both condenser microphones. They both connect via USB-C and or XLR. The FIFINE is ABS plastic with a little bit of metal being the mount. The Maono is mostly metal, little bit of plastic. The signal to noise ratio. So the FIFINE AM8 has an 80 dB signal to noise ratio, while the Maono has a 78 dB signal to noise ratio. The 80 dB is a better signal to noise ratio, and that is for the FIFINE AM8. So take that into consideration. They could both connect to PC, desktop, laptops, gaming consoles, mixers, sound cards, audio interfaces. They pretty much, with the USB-C cable, they could connect to tons of other devices. So no problems there. For the frequency response, the FIFINE AM8 is 50 Hertz to 16 kilohertz, while the Maono is up to 16 kilohertz. So just looking at that, the frequency response for the FIFINE AM8 seems to have a wider range, and that's another benefit for the FIFINE. They both got headphone jack, monitor volume controls, RGB lights, mute function, and volume knobs. So they're pretty much equal in feature set with just one or two differences between them. So let's take a look at the FIFINE first. As you can see, we have the mic volume here, headphone volume, capacitive touch button to control the RGB lights. It's got a removable windscreen. And I have to say the quality of this windscreen is unmatched. I haven't seen a windscreen of this type of quality at a price point this good. So there's that. You can see you have the USB-C connector, the headphone jack, XLR connector. And on this side, you have another capacitive button, and that is to mute the mic. And this lights up red when it's muted and green when it's active. Let's take a look at the Maono. So you can see it has a built-in shock mount, which is really good. It will absorb desk bumps and all other kinds of crazy shakes that might happen while you're using this mic. Here you can see it has the headphone jack, the XLR, USB-C, and here is the RGB button that changes the color of the RGB around the ring here. So this ring lights up. I'll link my other video where I talked about this mic specifically, and you can see that in action. So on the other side, you could see here's the mute button, not capacitive. It's an actual clicky button. Here you could see the mic volume and the headphone volume. You switch between those by clicking it. So it's one knob controlling both. Underneath the removable windscreen, you can see the mic capsule here. Again, this RGB ring lights up. And this is just your regular pop screen, nothing too fancy about it. Clicks back on, that's about it. All right, so now I'm gonna go through a quick mic test between the two mics so we can compare and see if you hear a difference between the two. So I'll be back, stay tuned. All right, so the first mic up to bat is the Maono PD200X. The mic is about 3 inches away from my mouth. The good thing about this microphone is it comes with the Maono Link software. So for instance, if you find that this mic is too bass heavy or not enough bass, you can adjust the tone of this mic through that software. I think that's pretty exciting. That's pretty cool. The FIFINE mic does not come with that. So with that said, let's go to the FIFINE mic and see if you can hear a difference. All right, so now we are listening to the FIFINE AM8. This is what it sounds like. It's about 3 inches away from my mouth. This one doesn't come with any software. This one comes as is. So if you don't like the tone of this microphone, you would have to download some other kind of software to adjust the tones. So again, this is the FIFINE AM8 microphone, and I'll go back to the Maono one more time. All right, so I am back to the Maono. This is the Maono PD200X, 3 inches away from my mouth, and I'm gonna swing back to the FIFINE for one last comparison. All right, so now I am back to the FIFINE AM8. I believe you can make your decision from what you've heard so far between these two mics. They both sound amazing. In my ears, I personally like the FIFINE mic better. It sounds like it has a little bit more volume. I think that is one of the key factors. But when you hear it back, you decide which one you like the best. And leave comments below. Let me know which one you think is the better microphone. All right, I'm back onto my main mic. By the way, my main mic is an AKG C414. It's from the 90s. I've had this microphone for a very long time. Still working good. I think it needs a cleaning though. Anyways, that was the mic comparison. Let me know which one you think out of the two sounds the best. I think they're pretty close. Listening through my earphones, the FIFINE sounds a little bit louder to me and maybe just a little bit clearer. So with that said, thank you for joining me inside the isolation chamber. You've been watching Texelated, Isolated with Technology. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Perfect.